So we've got another really good example of where you can use Icengineworks, and what we've got is a boost pipe to make, a 3-inch boost pipe, and this is going to be titanium. So again, we really don't want to waste any more material than we have to. One thing I've started doing before I start mocking stuff up nowadays is actually just getting a few blocks clipped together. So obviously, because they're 15-degree blocks, I've just got a single block, you know, 2 together, so that's 30, 3, 45, 60, and so on. And then just a few straights and things like that, just so that I can even quicker look at the job and kind of start playing around with it without having to, you know, even just clip and unclip bits. I can just offer it straight up, go no, yes, kind of thing, whether that's going to work. So yeah, these are the 3000 series, FE 3000. So like I said, 1D blocks these are. So the challenge is to get between this intercooler and that hole, and then from that hole to the intake manifold on the other side of the chassis leg. So I'm pretty confident it'll be in 2 pieces. I don't think we're going to be able to get it in and out as 1 piece. I might be wrong, but we'll probably mock it up as 1 piece and then decide again if we can get it in and out. What's wasting no material? So I know I'm going to need a piece of straight to start with, because I'll obviously need a piece of silicone to join these 2 together. So I'll need a piece of straight, so that's what I'll go for. I'll just get straight to start with. And then I also know I'm going to need a fairly sharp angle to get round there. So this is my 60, and it might be enough, but by the time I come out a bit more when I've got my straight in there, it's probably not going to be. So I think I'll just clip another block on there. So that gives me a 75, and that looks like it's pointing towards that hole now, which is better. I'm just going to clip this straight on. Again, I like to try and get all the arrows lined up. Doesn't really matter when you're dealing with the straights, but it's nice. And then I think, yeah, I'm probably just going to need some more straights on the end there, taking me towards that hole, and then I can start to curve around again. So I'm just going to clip those straights on there, and then that's it. I'm kind of pointing towards that hole now. I know that I'm going to need another bend, and that's going to want to go in that hole somewhere. So I'll just try and hold that from the other side. So my hand poking through. I'll just get a few more straights clipped together. Again, this is like a really good example of a genuine real world scenario where I don't really want to waste any material, if I can help it, and then I can kind of mock it up really quickly. So I'm just going to clip this 45 on the end. So yeah, I'm going to need a bit more. I'm going to need another straight in there. Again, this is where you can come up with the potential limitations of only having like 1 length of block, really, because I'm having to add an inch on when maybe I only want ½ an inch. But that's something you can just take in, you can just bear in mind when you're kind of mocking it up, really. So yeah, that's pretty close now to going through that hole. In fact, it's actually lined up quite well. So I'm going to put another straight on the end of here and see what the clearance is like when it runs through that hole. Again, the length of the straight I can really easily adjust. Like if I know it fits through that hole and it's close, I can just maybe remove 5 mil from it or something like that when I actually come to cut it up, but at least I know all the angles are going to be the same, and I'm not going to cut more pies than I have to, or if you're using bends, cut more bends than you have to. So that goes through there now, quite nice. But again, I think my straights are a little too long, really, because I'm ending up with a bit of an angle here. I would really like that to be a bit further in, but I'm going to keep going as I am, knowing that it's close. And so really, it's now a case of looking down in the engine bay and working out that second from the kind of inner wing hole up to the inlet manifold. So I'm just going to get a load more pies together, because I know I'm going to need quite a bit of bend off of that inlet manifold to get it down. It's quite a tight gap. Again, we've got some wiring in the way here, but that'll just move out of the way. Yeah, it's quite a tight gap here. So I think I'm probably going to need again, maybe like another 75 degree, and then probably a 90 degree on the end. So again, I'll just clip quite a few together, see where we get. So there we go, there's a 90, and that drops down off there. Bit too much, but I know I need another bend, so I'll leave that 90 as is, clip another together, clip this one up as a 75, I think. So far I'm still only into 2 bags of blocks as well. I've only used 1 bag of angles and 1 bag of straights. So that drops down into there quite nicely. But to be honest, I'd probably get away with a little bit less of an angle maybe. I'll just take one of these off. And then I'm probably going to need that underneath there. So how does that fit? It's close. Bit of rotation. Yes, I'm going to need to drop it down a bit. I probably just need an inch block between these two, which that makes that easy. Try that in there again. Again, a bit more of a rotation on it. And that is pretty close there. So I'm just going to pop this one in and see where we get. Yeah, so they're a little mismatched, but close enough to try with. So I'm just going to put a bit more rotation on that. And that, if I clip that up there, that's pretty close. Again, I've got my intercooler roughly lined up, and it roughly lines up at the top here. So you can see that just with that one set of blocks, I've been able to really quickly mock up this boost pipe. I can see if it fits in one, which it might do. I'm not that worried if it doesn't, because I'll probably have to put a joiner in anyway, but it will go in as one, I think. Nah, it's not gonna get trapped. But you can see how that works. You know, I've managed to mock up most of that boost pipe and get it as accurate as I'd need to start working with, like the steel or the titanium, whatever you're using. I know exactly how many pies I need to cut. I know roughly what my straight lengths are going to be. You know, so I can, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pie cuts. I'm not going to cut one too many. I know the angles that I need, and now it's just a case of cutting them. I'd probably do this in 2 halves like I had it before, so I'd probably split that apart, probably tape all that one together, tape all this one together, and then see what adjustments you need to make. Again, you might just need to trim a little bit out of this straight like I talked about, but yeah, it just shows you how quickly you can mock that boost pipe up with no waste.